Hello everyone and welcome to the channel once again. As always, if you find this video helpful or any of the videos helpful and you'd like to see more, please like it, subscribe to the channel and press the little bell so you get notified anytime I upload more videos. Today, if you've followed any of the previous videos, I will put some links in this one just to follow on. This is a bit of a follow-on one. We've done the mindful awakening, the exercise to keep you present in the morning as you're rising. Done the mindful eating, the raisin exercise. And this, I wanted to make a little video on mindful walking. So yeah, mindfulness is all about being present. This helps anxiety by keeping you in the moment and not being in autopilot, which causes us so many problems because in autopilot our subconscious is going wild. What's often referred to as the monkey mind is going wild, causing us all sorts of trouble because it's usually going wild in a negative way, not positive. So by keeping mindful and being present in as much of our life as possible, we can keep a lid on this and recognize it and not allow it to affect us in any way, really. So mindful walking. Well, you've probably had an experience where realistically, when we go for a walk, not always, we will often see things that draw our attention, but as a rule, we're walking along and we can be thinking of all sorts. What we're gonna make for tea, what somebody said to us the other day, what we're doing tomorrow, meetings and things that we might have to attend. Realistically, even though we're walking, we're not actually there walking. Our body is just doing the movement. So mindfulness walking brings us to the walk. So basically we can start by as simple as counting the steps 1 to 10, and then start again. This keeps our mind active as we step, okay? If you didn't really, I would say start doing that. That's not something you have to do. You don't have to every time you go for a walk be counting your steps, but it's a good way of just checking in and starting mindful walking. Just count your steps. So as you're counting your steps, you then pay attention to your body. So pay attention to your feet lifting up and grounding onto the floor, lifting up and grounding onto the floor. Pay attention to your arms swinging by your side, or you may have them in your pocket. So just check in and relax and just have a feel in your pocket. You know, if your hands are in your pocket, you know, the feelings going through your fingers and this is it. It's all about that check-in. So once we've checked in with ourselves and we've got this feeling in our body and we're noticing our leg muscles as we're walking, the sensation, the sounds, maybe what surface we're walking on, what sounds is the ground making. You know, are we walking on, like if we're walking through leaves, and trying to, again, like mindfulness, thinking as it's the first time you've experienced it. Like the raisin test was, imagine that you've never ever you've just dropped to Mars, you've just dropped from Mars to Earth, and you've never ever seen a raisin before. Well, this is the same. Just imagine this is the first time you've walked. You know, look how, certainly if you're walking along with your toddler, pay attention. We should learn from our children, really, because they're in a mindful state most of the time because they don't have a care in the world. So pay attention to your little toddlers, how they'll be banging their feet on the floor and, stomping through puddles and kicking leaves. It does us good sometimes to pay attention to these things and really drop down to earth and just be present. So once we've grounded with ourselves and we've got that experience of ourselves, we can then take in the bigger picture around us. So we can do a grounding exercise as we're walking along, the things that we see, the nature, the people, different colours on things. The things that we hear may not be just the sound we're making on the floor as we walk, but there's quite often birds singing and other quite nice sounds going on around us that a lot of the time we don't pay attention to. What we smell, our smells, what can we smell, what can we taste? The feel would be back to what we feel as we're walking along. So it's really just spending a little bit of time. Next time you go for a walk, you will probably find that as you practice this, your walking will slow down, which is quite normal, and it's absolutely fine, because sometimes that's what we need to do, just slow down a little bit. We're always rushing to be somewhere, and sometimes by slowing down can really help us out a lot. And yeah, that's it in a nutshell, really. It's so simple, is mindfulness. I mean, it is, like I've said in my other videos, and I will link some of the mindfulness videos into this one. But yeah, like I've said, mindfulness is not a therapy, I don't think. It's a way of life. It's a way that we should be living. And I know it's very hard to live like that all the time. And, it's... even if we can bring mindfulness into our life a percentage of the time, it's a percentage that we're not in autopilot, letting this subconscious mind of ours do us damage. Certainly when we're in an anxious state, the more we can be present and paying attention, really paying attention, the better for us, the better for our health and everything. It has such a massive impact on our lives once we actually show up for our life. It's crazy how time passes us by and we're not actually really there ever. Maybe just little moments we pay attention to, but a massive percentage of our life we're just in autopilot, doing everything automatically. And yeah, once you bring a little bit of mindfulness into life, it really changes your life. It really does. One of the things, I was, oh crikey, stumped myself. I was 40, 41, 40-ish. Well, I was around 40-ish when I started bringing mindfulness into my life. And yeah, absolutely amazing. I mean, roads that I'd travelled down thousands and thousands and thousands of times, I suddenly took a liking to trees. I found this love for trees because I'd never blooming noticed them before. I was driving past all these trees in autopilot, where I'm going, always paying attention to where I'm going and what I'm going to do when I get there, not actually paying attention to where I am right now. So yeah, it can really change your life in lots of little ways, but very enjoyable ways. So yeah, I hope you found this video interesting. I hope it changes things for you. I hope you really listen to it and go out there and have a go with it, have a play. I say avoid Google, but in situations like this, Google it. Google mindful walking. There'll be lots of exercises, there on Google. Give it a go. What have you got to lose? Yeah, enjoy yourself. Let me know how it goes. Until next time, I'll leave it there. All right, have fun. Ta-ra, bye.